On the night of September 19th, 1961, Betty and Barney Hill were driving home to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, after a vacation in Niagara Falls and Montreal. The night was clear, and it was around 10:30 p.m. as they traveled down a remote stretch of Route 3 through the White Mountains. Betty noticed a bright light in the sky, moving in a way that seemed unnatural. At first, she thought it might be a shooting star or a satellite, but the light grew larger and began moving closer. Curious, Betty asked Barney to pull over for a better view, and through binoculars, she observed the object flashing various colors and spinning. To her, it looked like a flying saucer, but to Barney, more skeptical, assumed it was a military aircraft. As the object approached, Barney grew increasingly uneasy. Taking the binoculars, he stepped out of the car for a closer look. To his astonishment, he saw several humanoid figures peering at him through the windows of the craft, now hovering just 100 feet above. Overcome with fear, Barney felt as though these beings were trying to communicate with him. Panicked, he rushed back to the car, urging Betty to flee, convinced that they were in danger of being captured. They sped away, but soon strange beeping sounds filled their car. Both Betty and Barney felt an overwhelming sense of disorientation, and their minds grew hazy. The next thing they knew, they had driven 35 miles with no memory of how they've gotten there. They arrived home at dawn, confused and shaken by the bizarre experience. Once home, unsettling details began to emerge. Their watches had stopped. Barney's shoes were inexplicably scuffed, and Betty's dress was torn, stained with a strange pink substance. Most disturbingly, they couldn't account for 2 missing hours during their journey. A few days later, Betty began having vivid, unsettling dreams. In them, she and Barney were taken aboard a spacecraft by small, gray-skinned beings. She recalled medical examinations, including a needle inserted into her navel, what she believed was a pregnancy test. Are you enjoying today's story? Smash that subscribe button so you never miss another spine-chilling tale. Let's get back to the video and the collection of skin and hair samples. The beings communicated telepathically and even showed her a star map, which she later interpreted as their home system. In 1964, the Hills sought hypnosis therapy with Dr. Benjamin Simon, a psychiatrist specializing in trauma. Under hypnosis, both Betty and Barney recounted remarkably similar details about the abduction, despite not discussing the specifics prior to the sessions. Barney described the beings with large heads, slanted eyes, and small bodies, now what to be known as the iconic gray aliens. He remembered undergoing medical examinations and believed his mind had been probed. Betty's hypnotic sessions reinforced the details of her dreams, including the star map. An amateur astronomer named Marjorie Fish later analyzed Betty's drawings and suggested it resembled the Zeta Reticuli star system, fueling speculation that the beings originated from there, although this theory remains unproven. Initially, the Hills kept their story private, but in 1965, a Boston newspaper leaked the details, thrusting the couple into the national spotlight. Though they became reluctant figures in the UFO community, they consistently stood by their story. The Hill Abduction remains one of the most significant UFO cases in history. marking the first widely publicized claim of alien abduction. It introduced many key elements that would become central to the abduction lore: telepathic communication, gray aliens, and medical examination. Their story was later chronicled in John G. Fuller's book, The Interpreted Journey, released in 1966, and dramatized in the 1975 television movie, The UFO Incident, starring James Earl Jones and Estelle Parsons. The case has been met with both belief and skepticism. Some attribute the Hill's experiences to sleep paralysis or the influence of science fiction, while others question the reliability of hypnosis. Yet many ufologists view the case as one of the most credible, due to the couple's reputation as honest, hardworking individuals and their initial reluctance to share their story. Decades later, the Hill abduction continues to intrigue researchers and UFO enthusiasts, remaining one of the most famous and mysterious alien encounters ever recorded. Thanks for watching.